Good morning, everyone. I am Leopoldo De Simone, a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Siena. Today, I will introduce you to the group of plant diversity and community ecology of our university. Our group is composed of 9 members, our PI, Dr. Claudia Angiolini, and a researcher, Dr. Simone Maccherini. The director of the Botanic Garden, Dr. Ilaria Bonini, a technician, Paolo Castagnini, and 2 postdoctoral researchers, Dr. Emanuele Fanfarillo and I. Moreover, there is a forest scientist, a Dr. Antonio Gabellini, and 2 scholarship holders, Tiberio Fiaschi and Simona Sernati. The primary and major focus of our research is to investigate plant communities. In order to do that, we analyze them at different organization levels, and we take in consideration different perspectives respect to the presence of such communities on the landscape. What we want to achieve is to study and understand the assembly rules that govern such distribution, composition, diversity, and funding. The primary activity of our research is the monitoring of plant communities, and the main focus of such monitoring are the habitat types included in Habitat Direct. Our survey protocols pose particular attention on the objective quantification of plant diversity, and moreover, our techniques involve methods that tend to be quantitative both in space and in time in order to monitor the distribution of plant species in the territory, in the landscape, using the plots, for example, or the use of GIS to plot such diversity on the landscape. And moreover, when we when we monitor habitats, we also take in consideration the environmental drivers that shape the plant diversity that these habitats have. I can make some examples with the use of meteorological stations in order to understand the local microclimates or the monitoring of cliff habitats using UAVs, or the use of GIS systems in order to plot the diversity on the landscape. When we think at environmental drivers that we take in consideration during our monitoring, we can think at the distance of dunal systems from the sea, or the patterns of inclinations on a cliff face, or the topographical properties of a landscape that shapes the presence or absence of a beech forest, or the gradient of water in the soil along the river systems that shape the distribution of the riparian ecosystem. Other activity, moreover, that our group is involved with is the analysis of the effects of the forest management on plant communities. When we think the plant communities, the subject of our study are the entire plant kingdom except algae practically. So we make research on pteridophytes, bryophytes, but also and especially gymnosperms. And what are the outcomes? The outcomes of our research, the main applications of our research is the basic knowledge, for example. One of them is the basic knowledge that is necessary for the institution, and then the management of the protected areas, the relationship within the natural habitats and the human presence, the land use of the territory. Another activity, as I previously mentioned, is our identification, characterization, and the monitoring of such natural habitats that are of European community interest. Moreover, the distribution of diversity on the landscape is also implemented using floristic databases. Last but not least, we also study the impact of the agriculture on biodiversity, but also is through the opposite, the impact of biodiversity on the agriculture quality. Another application of our work is the environmental restoration, or the attempt of environmental restoration on impacted sites. You can see here on the right a typical landscape of the Apuane Alps in central western Italy, where the Marlborough Carrara is extracted. On the left, you can see Dr. Emanuele Fanfarillo that is putting on the topsoil some rootings of the Rosa Canina, which is one of the species that were selected in order to prepare restoration attempt on this territory. Here I prepared a list of selected publications that are made by our group, and thank you for your attention.